Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Weltkrieg. Back by popular demand. It's been quite a while since we last did this, but I did say we'd carry on with it, and carry on with it we shall. Right, so let's have a little bit of a recap, shall we? We left off pretty much where we've picked up pretty much where we left off. However, let's go and have a look around and see what's going on. As you can see, I'm using the no fog console command so we can get a good look at the world, just for the sake of being able to show everyone watching what's going on. As you can see, we are playing as the United States of America. In case if you are watching this and haven't seen the previous videos and would like a recap, this is the story so far. We are playing as the United States of America. In 1936, we had a civil war between the communists, the government, and some crazy fuckers in the south that rose up for whatever reason. And we won. We played as the government, and we crushed the rebel scum, and we won. We now have a relatively decent-sized army. Our navy has been significantly shortened. Shortened is the wrong word. Shortened is the wrong word. I will think of it in a minute, but anyway. Our navy's a lot smaller. There, I could have just said that. I'm not with it today, guys, sorry. Oh dear. Okay, well anyway, our army is larger, our navy is smaller, and our air force is growing by the day. In 1938, I think, or possibly 1939, the Commune of France declared war on Germany, pretty much overrun it very, very quickly. Unfortunately, Russia had the bad luck to be allied with Germany at the same time. The French continued to push through Eastern Europe, liberating, quote-unquote, these countries as they went along, the Baltic State and White Ruthenia, as well as the Ukraine down here. They're still in the process of beating the crap out of Romania, who, to their credit, I think along with Bulgaria, have managed to hold out incredibly well against the French. The French have continued to march on into, well into, like, the Urals, actually, and Siberia. They've got much further than the Germans did in real life. Probably because they have much less ground to cover, that said. However, then the Qing Empire, the Chinese, entered the war on the side of the Russians, and have essentially saved the Russians bacon by sending a crap ton of divisions over into Siberia to halt the French advance. The front line has not moved significantly for quite some time now, as I recall. In the meantime, Japan had also declared war on Russia, which had significantly hampered their ability to fight the French in Europe. However, since the King joined in, the King have been, well, quite significantly crushing the Japanese, and are on the brink of pushing them out of Asia altogether. After that, the Japanese will probably sit around in the home islands, being a nuisance, but generally speaking, not too much of a bother. The King are also kind of engaging in border skirmishes in Vietnam. Vietnam is a complete and utter mess at this point because it is ruled by a mixture of Japan, what is left of Germany, and a country called Vietnam, which is a puppet of Japan. It's a complete mess. I'm not going to pretend to understand what's going on down there because it's not important to us. Over in India, the communists are winning. There is a small corner of India left which belongs to Delhi, which is part of the Entente. The Entente? They're not doing so great. We've got Canada up here. They're doing as you'd expect. They're not really into any serious trouble. The French Empire down here, ruled by Emperor Napoleon IV, is getting their asses slightly kicked by the British, which is something we may have to deal with. The Turks are still sat around doing basically nothing. The Austrians are probably shitting their pants at this point because Germany has now been reformed, includes all of Poland, and is communist. So anyway, what are we doing? Well, we're about to join the war. We are about to join Canada's alliance and side with the Entente and see if we can liberate Europe from the red oppressors. How are we going to do this? Well, there's lots of plans on the table. Lots of plans on the table. There's one option is we could go to North Africa. use the existing French imperial bases here to launch an attack on Spain, work our way up this way, basically crawl up the Frenchies' asses while they're dealing with the Russians. Alternative plan is we actually attack Norway. Norway is a puppet of the Union of Britain, and therefore we would be at war with them. We could attack Norway quite easily, really, from Iceland, which we would probably have to take out anyway, even though they're neutral. We could then basically control Norway, and from there we would have a base in the North Sea from which to send our fleets of bombers out to basically crush the Union of Britain and Germany, and possibly even France, depending on how much range we have. Pardon me. So, those are the plans on the table. Immediately, though, we are not ready to go into a mainland conflict in Europe. We're not prepared for it just yet. What are we going to be doing in the meantime? Well, two things. We're going to be sending troops to India. We're going to try and save Delhi from being completely and utterly destroyed by the communists. We are then going to send, well, at the same time, really, we're going to send troops to North Africa to try and beat back the British out of, well, this isn't really North Africa, is it? But whatever. Well, it's more like Equatorial Africa now I think about it, but anyway. We're going to try and beat the British out of there and keep the French safe, because we may need their coastline here in the Mediterranean to prevent us from losing a decent, what represents quite a useful foothold in Europe, actually. One of the few that we do have. The main thing we're going to have to contend with is the British fleet. The French don't have much of a navy, but the British have quite a significant one, and it could be quite a problem. Hopefully, I'm thinking that our fleet, our remaining fleets on the east and west coasts combined, along with the not insignificant Canadian Navy, should be enough to deal with the British, but it's a bit of a gamble. However, the fact of the matter is, at this point, we do not have time to build more ships. It will take years to build more ships, and in years, Russia could have been conquered, and along with China, for that matter. So, we need to act now, really. We need to get in the fight, start getting our troops more experience, and basically let the French know we're in this against them, because it may cause their AI to, change some of their plans. They might, for instance, start garrisoning the Atlantic coast in France, along the Channel and the Atlantic here, which would draw some of their troops away from Russia, which would be good, because they'd be paranoid about a naval invasion from us. So anyway, I'm actually in the process of fiddling about with my sliders. I think I've just got them all about right now. I've got as much pouring into upgrades as I can at the minute. Right now we're building a big long wave of strategic bombers, lots and lots of B-17 flying fortresses, which we're going to need to, especially in Britain's case, bomb the absolute living shit out of them, and reduce their IC to almost zero, which will greatly aid us in destroying them. In fact, if we were to get our entire strategic bomber force based in Bergen in Norway, we could quite effectively bomb most of the UK. Except it's not the UK, is it? What am I talking about? It's the Union of Britain. We could quite easily bomb the Union of Britain from head to toe, and reducing their industrial capacity to almost zero, which would mean their troops fighting in Africa would be essentially useless, because they wouldn't have enough industrial capacity to actually provide them with supplies, and they would slowly starve to death while the French pick them off. So, However, we need to take stock of what exactly we've got at our disposal. We've got a fair amount of planes, we've got lots of tactical bombers, we've got more tactical bombers, we've got some fighter wings as well. Over here at Little Rock we've got yet more tactical bombers along with some strategic bombers. There's all the kind of stuff left over from the Civil War, really. What do we got up here? More tactical bombers up in Portland. So we can bomb the crap out of any land units that we come across, at least. And some more strategic bombers up there in Albany. Good news. Okie doke. So, it's time to push the button. Oh, how are Australia doing exactly? Are they at war with anyone in the Pacific at the minute? No, they're not, which is good. Which means they are fairly safe from invasion as well. Japan, we don't really care about Japan insofar as we would like to see the Russians and King crush them as much as possible, but they are not a concern of ours specifically. We are part of the Entente, we're not part of this alliance between the King and the Russians. So anyway, first things first, let's go find the Australians. The Australians like us, the Canadians don't really like us. The Canadians wouldn't let us in the alliance if we asked them directly, but the Australians probably will. Join alliance, chance 8%. That's not very good, is it? Well, let's work a little bit of political magic. What about Delhi, for example? They quite like us. No chance, I'm afraid, with them. What about the French? Aha! The French do. The French might well let us into the alliance. Canada refused to join our military alliance. Oh dear. These Canadians. These goddamn Canadians. They're too arrogant. They're too proud. We'll try again later. Let's check out, for instance, though, for now, when are these bombers going to be finished? And why are we low on supplies? That shouldn't be happening. Okay, right, make sure the sliders are locked. You need to be locked as well. When are these going to be finished? January 26th, 1944. For those two, and July 23rd, 1942. 1944? No, oh sorry, no, they're all going to be done in July 1942. I was looking at the wrong bit. Well done, me. Improved computing machine. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, and Antonio Gramsci is apparently dead. Good riddance. IBM, skill 7. That's not a bad tech team, is it? No wonder they were getting all this stuff nice and finished. Advanced computing, sirs. That's what we require. And this vehicle assembly line I would really like to be finished. There we go. Because that means we can build lots of tanks. Tanks are going to be very useful. Very, very useful, in fact. Oh dear. Well, Romania is dead, officially. They've bitten the dust. The French have totaled them. Bit of a shame, but never mind. We will avenge you, Romania. We will, eventually, at some point. In the fullness of time. At the appropriate juncture. Motorized divisions. Maybe we could use motorized divisions, I'm not sure. Repair 1942. Armored artillery. Medium tanks would be good. Artillery 1942 would also be good. What about aircraft? Strategic bomber 1942 would also be very, 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 very good. Not really a priority at the minute, though. We'll have to make do with the B-17s we've got already. Let's just... Naval? Not about naval doctrines. What about land doctrines, for that matter? Regimental combat. 1942, right. Looks like we know what we're doing next. Provided we, of course, have a tech team that can do the job. Maxwell Taylor. Good man. Anyone else? Patton. He can probably do it too. Robert Hale Merriman. Henry Rhodes. Alexander Patch. Victor Krulak. I think it's a toss-up. Oh, and MacArthur as well. It's a toss-up between Patton and Maxwell Taylor, I think, at the minute, really. I'm probably going to go with Maxwell Taylor just because he's got an extra specialty that Patton doesn't. Good. Colombia. Oh, Colombia. Oh, Colombia. You are such a pivotal nation in world affairs right now, are you not? Such a pivotal nation. Fighter veteran initiative. Whoa, excellent. Air doctrines. Escort box, please. Let's have a quick scan. Curtis LeMay. Richard Byrd. William Z. Foster. Isn't he supposed to be dead by this point? Well, I suppose it makes sense. publicly, these people are disgraced and locked away in prison, but privately, we're actually making good use of their scientific abilities and whatnot. James Doolittle. Let's go with... Where was the fellow up here? Quentin Roosevelt as well, huh? Ira Aker. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name, to be quite honest, actually, but that's what we'll go with. Canada. Conscription riots happened to them. Oh dear. Poor Canada. Poor Canada. Let's not influence them. We don't need to. Canada refused to join our military alliance. I think the problem here is that Canada are being bastards to us and won't let us join their alliance, even though the French will say yes when we ask them. This presents a problem. I could, of course, just declare war straight out on the French, but we kind of need the support of the Canadians here, and they're really just kicking themselves in the arse right now, refusing our support, because they're probably going to lose if they do. This is just an example of Hearts of Iron's fairly retarded AI, unfortunately. It has no grasp of context. All it works off is our current relations with them. Unfortunately, I don't know whether this is the case in Hearts of Iron 3, but definitely not the case here, whereby the AI can recognize the current global situation, total up its chances of winning or losing in their current war, and accept or reject an alliance offer based on that information. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case here, as I said, and they literally just go off the current relations score between the two nations, which, as you can probably agree, I think is incredibly stupid, but there it is. This game is, of course, kind of old. The engine, at least, is kind of old, and I suppose in that sense it's a little bit limited in what it can achieve, but no, Hawaii, no. No. Hawaii, you are my excuse right now to keep our industrial capacity at a healthy 364, as opposed to something like 120. We've increased our intelligence funding, apparently. For all the good in the world that will do us, which is probably not a great deal. And a lot of our infantry divisions are being upgraded to 1942 infantry divisions. Good. A lot of people have been telling me, invade Mexico. I, to that, say, why? Why the hell would I invade Mexico? This is such a silly idea. I have nothing to gain by invading Mexico except for lots of dissent. There is literally no point. We have bigger concerns right now. Mexico we can deal with after the war is over. Omar Bradley, huh? What were you researching? I've completely forgotten. Never mind. Let's just give you something else to do anyway. Production 9045, no. Mass produced penicillin, not just yet. Air radar, advanced decimetric warning sights. Air radar, that could be quite useful, but I'm not sure whether it needs to be a priority right now. Doctrines, land doctrines, improved hospitals, no. Naval doctrines probably could do with some naval doctrines, really, at this point. Modern port blockade, possibly. Deck load spotting. Yeah, deck load spotting. Do we have any admirals that are up to the task? I'm not entirely sure, in all fairness. Mark Mitcher. What the hell happened to Nimitz? And Halsey? Where the hell are they? There's Ernest King. Chester Nimitz, there it is. Oh, except he's useless in this particular discipline for some reason. What about Halsey? It's 1942, he should be knocking around right now by that point. William Halsey. He's also fairly useless, but he does have carrier tactics knowledge, so we'll probably have to go with him. Caribbean Federation wants their credit repaid, apparently. Canada, lighten the fuck up. Enough of your tantrums. I don't even know why you don't like me either. You helped me in the Civil War. Escort box system doctrine is done. Combat bombardment groups. Yeah, go for it. Any bonuses we can get for our strategic bombers will be good. How's it going on over here? Oh dear, not well. Not well at all. Oh dear, the French are kicking the Russians' asses serious big time. Where have the Chinese run off to? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's lots of Russians here in this province that are retreating. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm not entirely sure the French can conquer China, but I prefer they didn't manage to conquer Russia, at least. The problem we have here is that there is a ridiculous amount of divisions, both Chinese and Russian, down here dealing with the Japanese, when they should, by all rights, be up here dealing with the French. It's going to be terribly disorientating, though, if the French do end up in direct contact with the Chinese, unfortunately because, for whatever design reason, they share exactly the same map color. So it'd be very difficult to tell exactly where the front line is without having to zoom right in like this. Never mind, let's hope it doesn't come to that at least. The 4th of July, hooray. Is it July already? Goodness me. 1942 is going to be done before we know it. We're also wasting industrial capacity, apparently. Yes, we are indeed, actually. Let's put that into something else. Let's put that into improved armor. Is that it? Is that all we can afford? I guess I'll have to do. Actually, screw it. It's not worth it. Infantry. That's more like it. Wow, that's definitely more like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's serial runs, not parallel runs. What am I doing? Oh. It's been too long since I played this game, guys. It really has been. 9. Brilliant. We definitely have enough manpower, at least. 10 serial runs of that. We probably won't build all 10 serial runs of it, but we'll certainly try to. We just need to dramatically increase the sort of volume of our army at this point, really. Join alliance, please. No, Canada's still being dicks about it, unfortunately. I may have to, if this gets any worse right down here, I may have to intervene on behalf of the AI, because this is getting into, this is becoming silly business right here, right now. Delhi is soon going to bite the dust, and I really, really would like to try and save them if I can. And the French aren't doing too well either. In fact, they're doing pretty terribly. Coming to France annexed Serbia. Oh dear. And we've got some more bombers built. That's excellent. Whoa, lots more bombers built. Oh, of course, it is July, so let's see if we can put these guys somewhere useful. Up here in Albany, for instance, with the other strategic bombers. Let's put them there. Yep. 1 through 1, and let's organize them into wings as well while we're at it. Come on. Merge. No. Bit enthusiastic with my clicking there. Shouldn't have been. There we go. Merge. And merged again. Excellent. We have a decent amount of aeroplanes now. Big, strong, strategic bombing aeroplanes. That's good news. Okie doke. So I think I'm gonna have to work a little bit of magic over here with the Canadians, because otherwise we just aren't going to get their approval. So I will be right back while I do some magic. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Military alliance with Canada, Australasian Confederation, French Empire, and Delhi. Excellent news. We are officially in the war. As a result, I have switched the fog of war off. I mean on rather than off. I've switched the fog of war off because we are now in the war, and it would be unfair if we were able to see all the enemy movements. However, what we're going to do first, well, what we are going to do first is we're going to load these freaking transports with as many troops as we can possibly carry. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, dear God. There's 9 there. Okay, there's 9. Brilliant. So, 9 infantry divisions. Hopefully, 9 of our experienced Civil War divisions. Moscow division. Whoa, I see. Third PSA division. Militia. No, we don't want militia. We don't want militia at all. Let's not take them from over there, because we might need those ones for India. India! Also, let's see if we can... Alright, these guys. You guys, you've got a new home to go live in. You can go live in Tangier. We're gonna need you. You fellas, aha! The US Marine Corps. I almost forgot about this, in all fairness. Who's the best, Bradley or Clark? Bradley's the best. Oh, Bradley, you're just the best. Let's move you there. You guys move here. Move to Boston. Good gravy. Yes. And the French want to give us loads of stuff. Excellent. I like having loads of stuff. Let's slow down the game speed here a bit. Let's put it above normal. It's a bit more comfortable. Okay. Bradley, on you go. The United States Marines are going to Africa. You're rebasing to Villa Cisneros. And so is the fleet, actually. Come to think of it. In the meantime, let's go save Delhi from certain destruction, shall we? Maybe we'll send the other half of the Marines to Delhi. Maybe we'll do that. It might be a good idea, in fact. How many transports do we have on the west coast? We have 12 transports on the west coast. That is good news, actually. It's very good news. Alright, well in that case, let's send U-11 over here to San Francisco. And we'll speed it up a little bit more, I think. It's probably more like it. Now, hopefully our transports won't get attacked halfway across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm guessing they probably won't, but you never can be too sure, but that's why I'm sending the fleet after all. Hopefully they can just make it into here, rebase, and be done with it. And then we'll send the US Marines off to go kick some British bottom. Excellent. Alright, chaps. Time to show us what you're made of. Strategically redeploy towards that Attar. Time to kick ass. You guys, you're probably a bit too far away. Can you rebase down here, please? Thank you. Oh dear. Well, never mind. Go on ahead and attack Attar. In fact, it's already working. It's already working. Our plan is already... Actually, don't do that. Redeploy to Nouakchott. Let's see if we can march our way down the coast here and cut the British completely off from all their supplies. That would be pretty neat. We can also, if we do that, send the fleet to shore bombard and give you a bit of support. Well, where it's possible to, anyway. You can only give shore bombardment in coast areas with a beach, unfortunately. How is the Air Force doing? Oh, terribly. They're not regaining a lot of organization very quickly. Russia is dealing with matters most religious, whilst continuing to get pushed back further. Let's hope they can turn this around. Ah, you're right. The US Marines are ready to go. Well, they will be in a little bit. Let's give them a little while to catch their breath. Aha! Robert Oppenheimer has finished his isotope separation facility. That's good news. That's very good news. We're now going to get him to work on nuclear fuel analysis. Oppenheimer, you are a secret weapon. Almost literally. You could change the tide of the war. If you just keep working at it. I don't think it needs spelling out precisely. Oh, good God. Oh, God. The British have found us. We may be in a spot of trouble. In fact, we're in a serious spot of trouble, yes. Retreat! Back to port. Before you lose anyone else. I do not want to lose our one carrier in the Atlantic. Don't get cocky. What I'm going to do instead, in fact, is I'm going to send this fleet over to deal with them as well. Give you a bit of backup. Thankfully, we still have the goddamn Panama Canal. Otherwise, we'd be in some serious trouble. Good thing the Canadians get that back to us. Combat Bombardment Group's Doctrine. Along with a bunch of other stuff from the French Empire. Excellent. Air Doctrines. Dead Reckoning Bombing. Who can we give that to that would be best suited for it? Curtis LeMay. Get on it. Do your job. How are the Marines doing? Oh, they're in a decent enough state now. Let's go. Attack. Kick some ass. Well done. Good lads. Show the British what we're made of. You did it once before in 1770 whatever. Time to do it again. Except this time we're doing it in Africa, but just because. Oh, they have planes there, do they? They have aircraft at this airbase. Well, not for much longer they don't. Unless they're clever and move them. Coming to France and annex Bulgaria, yes. France is dominating Europe right now. They've not touched the Austrians yet, though, thankfully. Ah, the French are pushing the British back at least, which is good news. And we've destroyed some of their aircraft. Brilliant news. No you don't. Oh no you don't. You get the hell out of St. Louis. Meanwhile, we'll march into Banjul. Wow, yeah, these Marines are just wiping the floor with the British right now. This is good news. Okie doke. You can thank me later, French Empire. You really can. How's Delhi doing? Delhi is still holding the line in Karachi along this particular river here. Is this the Ganges? It looks quite long, so it might be. Anyway, they're still holding the line, which is good. They've got... Oh, Jesus Christ. They've got fucking everyone over there, haven't they? Look. They've got Canadians, they've got Australians, they've got Frenchies. It's a bit of a combined effort, really, to hold the communists out. Okay, all's not yet lost. It's still worth pointing out at this point that I have no idea whether we will survive this campaign. It's highly likely we will survive it, at least, just because we're America and we have 2 fucking oceans between us and any particular enemies that might want to kill us. However, will we win? Difficult to say. Very difficult to say. We have a massive industrial base on our side, and that's the main thing. Also, speaking of massive industrial bases, we're wasting ours. I wonder how many of you are yelling at me for the last half an hour about that. Right, let's build 7 tanks. Twice. Why not? Add light armor to them, I suppose. Armored cars, maybe? Anti-aircraft. Engineers. Let's add some light tanks to them. Reduce it by 1. Go. We'll use a little bit less manpower, so that's fine by me. Build some tanks. Tanks are good, just as long as you've got them in a decent number. There's no point in building like 2 of them and using up half your industrial capacity to do it. We're still apparently wasting industrial capacity. On what? On upgrades, apparently. Oh, well. Maybe we can build some more tanks then. Or some airborne divisions, possibly. Not right now, though, I don't think. I'd love to send some tanks to Africa, I really would. That would be kick-ass. Just keep marching ahead, guys. Your organization's still fairly high, so keep it up. Good man. Right, actually, you know what? I'm going to stop you right there. But I'm going to have to split you up a bit here, because these marauding Brits up here could present a bit of a problem, and I need a bit of a rear guard action. Meanwhile, the rest of you can march on into, what is this? Conakry? Yeah, Conakry. Anyway, this is good. We're making progress. Defeat. Following ships were sunk. A British battleship. The Nevada was sunk on our side. The Arizona was sunk. The Pensacola was sunk. Oh God, the Pennsylvania. We lost the Pennsylvania. The Salt Lake City. We lost the Lexington, which is really bad. That was one of our carriers, and we lost the Oklahoma. So basically, wow, yeah. Halsey's fleet got decimated. That's pretty bad. That could well screw us over big time in the future. I'm really, really hating on the Brits right now. This is bad. Seriously bad. Let's go find them and see if we can finish them off. Now we put a dent in them with the other guys. We did. We've got them on the run. Brilliant. But where are they running to? That's the question. This way, most likely. See if we can catch them. We can. Brilliant. However, no ships were sunk, unfortunately. Theoretical breakthrough, secret weapon, electronic computers, and basic semiconductors, and all that kind of lovely stuff. America has invented the computer, everyone. Be proud, America. Be proud. The Fengtian Republic has joined the war on the same side as Japan for most of Vietnam and Malaysia in the war against the German Empire and Russia, and against Hawaii and against the Qing Empire. I see. Alright, so we've kind of... The British decimated one of our fleets, but we did give them a bloody nose for it. We may yet remain on an even footing. Thanks to that, hopefully. Hopefully. What are those guys? We got one Union of Division division. Union of Division? Union of Britain Division. Why was that so damn difficult to say? Okay, Freetown is proving a little bit awkward. So we can leave Freetown alone for now. We can help out these guys in Labe instead. There we go. There we go. Alright, you guys might as well just sit around, get a bit of reinforcement. A new collective is formed in Russia. Very nice. Goody gumdrops. How are the Russians doing? They're kind of holding the line. That's alright then. That's good. They might be holding the line anyway, as far as I can tell. They could be, but at the same time they could maybe just not be holding the line, and it's simply moving so slowly because they're in Siberia and everything takes ages in Siberia. Oh god! Oh no, that's bad. That's really bad. Also, we've got this fucking Air Force over here that's doing nothing still because they don't have enough organization. Oh god, indeed. That is not good. Well, how can we fix this? What are you doing, France? What are you... You're doing nothing. Good god. Assume military control. For a brief moment. Oh, no wonder you're doing nothing. You've got no organization left. Just attack anyway. Support. Defeat. Ugh. France. God damn you, France. You're a garrison, so you can't go anywhere. You're also a garrison. You're a frickin' garrison as well, aren't you? God damn it. There's no one there to stop them. Except for America. America. Go on up there. Rebase to, I don't know, Tiznit. If you can. Apparently you can't. Damn it. It's because you're not currently in supply for some reason. Now you are. Now get out of there. Get the fuck over to Tiznit and do something about those British bastards running around up there thinking they own the place. And you guys really need to decimate Freetown quite badly, really. It's really kind of annoying that you're not managing to do it. King Empire's annexed the Fenian Republic. Excellent. Excellent news. In the meantime, you guys are getting merged. And you're getting sent back to Washington. Why are you getting sent back to Washington? Well, there's a very simple reason for that. We need more troops. Big time. General MacArthur, our hero of the Civil War, you need to get your frickin' fat ass to Washington. Right now. Your expertise is required. You guys can go there as well, actually. Let's see if we can drown the Brits in manpower. At least the French are filling in the gaps I left behind over on this on the west coast here. Well, that's good news. Defeat in Tenkodogo. Oh right, of course I'm freaking controlling the French still, aren't I? Relinquish. I don't want to have to deal with you right now. However, I do suggest you counterattack quickly, France. Dead Reckoning Bombardment Doctrine is done. Okay, good. And this is done too. Good. IBM. Go for it. It might be worth it. Infantry. Land Doctrines. Armor and Artillery. Tank 1943. Halt Caterpillar. Go. Do it. Do it now. And Freetown is destroyed. Along with whatever aeroplanes they have stationed there. Hopefully. And the French are kicking these guys out of Labe as well. That's nice. It's good to hear. Soon we might manage to grab all the coastline from the British. And then they will slowly starve to death. For lack of supplies. Right, you guys. You need to get... Oh, God. Okay, right. You're not going to manage to make it to Agadir, are you? Because you are, in fact, sucking really badly. The end of the Fourth Balkan War has happened to the Austrians, apparently. You need to get some organization back. Great military parade held in the capital. Okie doke. But don't worry. USXXX 2 Corps. MacArthur's on his way to save your asses. He is. How's Delhi doing? How's Delhi doing? It's going to be like a phrase from now on. Oh, dear. Well, they're okay. Apparently there is no great rush to aid India right now. Pardon me. Apologies for that outburst. Let's... Monrovia. Go. Get your asses to Monrovia. Apparently the French are being pushed out of Labe again. Deary me. And some shit happened to the Middle East. No one really cares about the Middle East right now. And we launched a smear campaign against the Commune of France. That's nice. Can we launch one against the Union of Britain, though? That would be good. That would be far more useful. Edit settings. Priority, let's... Smear campaign. Yeah. Apply changes. We'll be launching some of those at them. We have lots of money. I've just realized we have 38,979 money. And it's increasing as well. That's insane. But cool. It's very cool. Our supply production is down. That's not good. Easily fixed though. Oh dear. Maybe not so easily fixed. Damn it. And we need some reinforcements too. Maybe I'll have to cancel an infantry unit or something. No, no, no. That's not what I meant to do at all. Cancel. There we go. We're back in the white. Attack those guys.